Everyone tells you to upload weekly, daily, or whatever it is that is in their personal belief. But the honest truth is, I've seen people blow up on every kind of schedule. Now, hear me out. This might help you if you're a beginner. This might also help you if you're running into burnout and still trying to figure out your own kind of schedule. But some of the biggest creators that I've ever met barely post. And then there's others that post daily. So, what actually works? I myself used to be a YouTuber that was very confused about which direction I should take my own channel. I used to obsess over things like schedules, thinking that they were kind of like a cheat code. And I know a lot of people nowadays like to call the time that you post a cheat code, the category that you posted in the cheat code. There are no cheat codes, but these will definitely kind of help curate some results in the short term, but in the long term, honestly, it does not matter. But now, I can confidently say that I know better. The myth of perfect upload schedule is what it's called, a myth. Basically, daily uploads are a grind. Weekly uploads is kind of what I like to call the consistency key. And then the monthly is quality over quantity. And then the yearly upload schedule is quality over everything. They all work. So it's not really like there's one that's better than the other, but I can kind of give you a way for you to figure out which one's perfect for you. If these upload schedules were one size fit all, then we'd all be famous and everyone would be following the same schedule, but that's just not the case. And so one thing that I did realize is maybe if you're a beginner and you haven't had any results, the daily upload grind might be something to try out. I don't expect you to actually pull it off. I expect you to try, fail, try, fail, try, fail, but all of a sudden you have enough quantity of videos for you to really say that, hey, I gave it a shot. And not only did I just give it a shot, I learned from every single time I pressed the upload button. And so I feel like that's really good for beginners. For people that are maybe at their first 1,000 subscribers or maybe 10,000 subscribers and they got their niche set up, try between weekly and monthly. I think these two are very good mediums, and try seeing which one you prefer. So for me and my faceless channels, weekly or daily are the two options for me, because I don't really enjoy the quality over quantity, and quality could mean many things. But a lot of the niches, at least in gaming that I did, required me to do a lot of editing work. And that editing work was much higher of a threshold on monthly than it was for weekly. And so I decided to play the weekly game for majority of my channels. But keep in mind that you can also do the yearly option, which is a lot of people that usually have a goal. So in the gaming scene, I noticed these channels that have these huge productions, these huge video ideas, and then they really do prioritize the quality over it. So it's literally months and months of work onto one video, and that one video could potentially get like 20, 30, 50 million views. And if that's something that interests you, go right ahead. But this is very scary to me. I feel like this is very unbeginner friendly. This is very like if you're a medium-sized creator and you know what you want to get into and you know you could do it very, very well, way beyond anyone that can compete with you, that's something you'd pick, but I don't recommend this to the majority of creators. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that there is a relationship, I should say, that relates upload schedule to your niche. And so why I say this is because it's different for everything that you do. So if you stream daily, if you're a streamer and you post stream VODs, then all of a sudden you have to kind of be a daily poster. I mean, you don't have to, but it does help, you know? And if you do Let's Plays or commentary videos, it helps to be a weekly poster. Now, I know this is a little ironic because I do daily, but I do daily because I like to record a few of these at a time. Because I just come up with random ideas and I'm like, you know what, let me just knock it out whenever I'm free. Because I have other businesses to run, you know? And so that's what I like to do, and that's just the workflow that I have. So, but the niche is important because it lets you know what you're competing with. You get what I'm saying? So, the monthly posters usually have high effort, maybe cinematic videos even, and they explode with one video that hits and it kind of creates the slow growth in between on all the other videos. And the yearly posters, think like 100 days or like these huge event videos, massive bangers, they're basically relying on the hype and the perfection of those videos, which will outcompete 99% of videos already on the platform. So that's basically what they're betting on. But basically, I've also seen that some creators, maybe they post like 4,000, 5,000 videos, never crack 10,000 subscribers. So really be careful of which one you do decide to do. So instead of asking, what time should I post or how often should I post, I began to start asking, what type of creator do I want to be? And I didn't want to be a year-long creator because I don't like working on something for one entire year. I like working on tons of many different projects week to week to week to week. That is my workflow. That is my optimal workflow because I enjoy working in that sense, and I don't like working on the same thing unless it's something that does change. So another thing that I think is important is that workflow. What is your optimal workflow? Think about when you're studying. Think about when you're doing something you actually want to do. Think about maybe a hobby. How do you like going about that hobby? Do you like doing it in 1 hour all in one go? Do you like doing it in multiple hours? Now think about just the work behind you doing a daily post, a weekly post, a monthly post, and a yearly post. Which workflow works the best for you? You might go to school. You might have a job. So figure out which one of these is most optimal for you and stick to that because that will make sure that you continue to do it. That's, I think, one of the most important things because the moment you're off the treadmill, you're off progress. If the moment you're off progress, you really don't have a business anymore with this YouTube stuff. See what I'm saying? So what the algorithm really cares about is something that is important as well, because that could be the reason why someone posting 4,000 or 5,000 videos hasn't even touched 10,000 subscribers. YouTube's algorithm doesn't really reward frequent posters, but it rewards things like click-through rate, watch time, viewer satisfaction, which is something that isn't trackable. And so it's not just about the schedule. Don't over prioritize the schedule thing, okay? It's not that big of a deal. The thing you should prioritize is just making good content and everything else will kind of snowball with it. So consistency does matter. Like I cannot stress that consistency is a very big thing, but not if you're posting consistently low effort vids, And so just to kind of recap a little bit of the stuff, what really does matter is your niche norms, because different niches have different niche norms and different expectations that the viewer has on the creators that are in that niche. What they binge. Do they wait patiently? Do they expect you every whatever? Like this is something you can set with your own audience and your goals. Is your goal to grow fast? Is it to build a community? Is it to basically monetize your stuff but really slowly? Like it differs situation to situation, but this should hopefully give you some things to kind of figure out about yourself. That way you can very specifically direct what your goal is. But for me, once I stopped trying to beat the algorithm, put that in little quotation marks, and started leaning into what my content kind of needed, everything got easier. Like I figured out what my optimal flow was to achieve what it is I needed to do for my content to be good and watched, right? So it all derives from that beginning thing. As even big creators like Mr. Beast and stuff said, all that matters is you make a good video. The rest comes later. The rest is obviously like the packaging and everything else is important, but not as important as a good video, right? If you're packaging mid, it's going to perform mid. But if you're packaging a decent video, it will perform decent. And that's kind of all you need to get started. So the upload schedule that does work is the one that works for you and keeps you posting. That's important. Be careful of burnout. I don't want you hitting it. I don't want it. Well, you'll hit it anyways. So learn how to work around it. Whether it's daily, weekly, once a month, or even yearly, God forbid. It's really about quality, strategy, and alignment with things such as your niche norms, and everything I basically mentioned up until now. Can't really remember off the top of my head. But yeah, don't copy someone else's pace, but basically learn from it. See their results, see how it's going for them and why they're doing it. And then figure out if you can either copy maybe their upload rate at the very minimum. And if you can't, that's okay. It's not too important. But keep in mind, if you upload less, you do have to bump up the quality compared to them. So if that's something you can do, go for it. If that's something you can do, maybe try genuinely challenging yourself on trying to do this consistency. Because simply put, the goal isn't just to upload more, but it's actually to build something that lasts. I hope this helped. Consider subscribing if you were able to learn from this. And if you're interested in making your own YouTube channel, I have some free resources on my Discord linked below. Hope to see you there, and peace.